Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Venus will make its move in the sign of Pisces, the exalted zodiac sign, and it will meet Jupiter on 27th of April, and this will continue till 23rd of May. So let's figure out for each ascendant how this transit is going to be, and I have divided this video in 4 parts. Each will be one section of elements like air element zodiac sign, water element, fire element, and earth element accordingly. So if you know your zodiac, if you know your moon sign, if you know your ascendant, just go to that element section and you will be able to figure out what the Venus is going to bring in for you. But before that, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so that you don't miss another update. Follow me on Instagram and Telegram. For more updates, for consultations, please drop me an email. Let's begin ascendant-wise analysis. Pisces ascendant, and especially if you are a Pisces moon sign, this is going to affect your personality. Jupiter and Venus will be on your first house, and Venus rules your third and 8th house. Now that is why this is crucial. When third lord goes in first house, it means you are putting more efforts towards yourself. And when the third lord is same as the 8th lord, it means the efforts are being put for some major transformations. And when the planet is exalt, then it's icing on the cake, it's cherry on top, it's absolutely beautiful, because it means that not only you will project yourself in a more positive, optimistic, you will also become more positive, optimistic right from your health, wealth, family, and any area that you can think of. Now, when 8th lord is on the first house, the only drawback it can create is it can involve the in-laws in your personal matters. So if you are not happy with that, that can be an obstruction. Also, it means that you are going to spend your inheritance and your money that you have saved from a long time towards yourself. Now, this can be good, this can be negative, depending upon how much money you have and what is your actual state, whether it's necessary or it's for luxury. If it's for luxury, be careful. Venus and Jupiter also means 2 different ideologies. And if it is on your head, it means your head is being pulled apart in 2 directions. This is the time to maintain balance between both the spiritual side of the life and material side of the life. If life bends and follows one particular side too much, the other side will create problems. So it's like in the morning, if you're praying to God, in the evening, you are also having a nice dinner. This is also the time when you reshape your personality. This is the time to groom yourself, buy some new fresh clothes, remove the negativity of the house and make things more floral, more happy. Yellow and white is going to be the prime colors for you. Use of water, spraying water in the entire home, use of humidifiers, depending upon which region of the world you are in, is going to be crucial. Chant Mahalakshmi Stotra, because when Venus and Jupiter are together, the material growth can be immense. Chant Mahalakshmi Mantra, bring Shri Yantra at your home, and offer flowers, dhoop, and diya to Goddess Mahalakshmi. Take a pledge that you will help poor once you receive the wealth that you always intended for. This is the time for growth, this is the time for peace. The 2 areas where it will affect you the most are for personal life and career. In fact, if you take these 2 areas, it is 99% of everything you are, who you are. So this is a wholesome transit for you. After Sagittarius, you are the one who are going to be affected the most. Now, why you are being the second after Sagittarius? The reason is the thoughts. You can be pulled apart in 2 different ideologies, and at the end of the day, you will end up not doing anything. So remember this. Not doing is going to be negative. Do something, but do it within the realm of dharma. Cancer ascendant. Venus moves in your 9th house, and your 9th lord is Jupiter. This is what you call as Bhagyodaya, rise of the fate. Luck will favor you, but do not gamble. When luck favors you, it is a good time. It's like the rainbow in the sky. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the duration, but also prepare for the bad times. This is the time when you will get surplus. So when you have surplus, you should reserve for the times you may have deficit. If you are in Venus Mahadasha, Antardasha, Jupiter Mahadasha, Antardasha, then remember this is one of the most positive time for you. Whatever you will touch will become positive, will become into gold. Now, you may say that this is an overstatement, but no. Because Jupiter aspects Lagna, the sign of Cancer, from the sign of Pisces. And when Venus goes there, it's a strong support. It's the support from the both sides. Remember, Guru's Sthan is the 9th house, the house of teachers, mentors, philosophers. And when Jupiter, the guide of the Gurus, the Devtas, the Devaguru, and Shukra, the Daitya Guru, both come together and shake hands, it means you get to know both sides, of the coin, and only then you will be in the perfect situation to take a decision, which also means you should not take a decision unless you know both sides of the coin. So don't be judgmental. It is a good transit. It can create major shift in your career. Try to resolve issues in your marriage with respect to by communicating, especially by giving gifts. You can plan a trip. You can plan a leisure trip with the family. This is going to be positive, optimistic, and this is the time that will fill you with happiness, peace, and joy. Use this time because you have been experiencing the negativity of Saturn from past 2.5 years, and this can be one oasis in the desert. Chant Mahalakshmi mantra and chant Shri Suktam. Try to visit Mahalakshmi temple. All these positive vibration and energies will help you a lot. And one more thing. Try to clean your home temple every day. Try to bring some good clothes, some new decoration items by which you can make your home temple become more and more beautiful. Try to install lights in the home, and that will improve the vibrations of the house in which you live. This can be done in the office also to bring more positive vibrations. Because it is the house of Dharma, now your Dharma is to teach students, especially female students who cannot afford the education. And if you do that, you are doing your Dharma, then planets will do their Dharma. They will remove the obstacles. If you want to buy property or vehicle, this is a good time. You can try, but do not try to be under so much of debt that you cannot repay. Although it's just a month-long transit and it will give you a lot of positivity, do not forget the long-term consequences of your action. Ketu is still in your 4th house. Scorpio Ascendant. Venus goes in 5th house with Jupiter. This is the time to learn. This is the time to learn how can you make your life better. This is the time to practice mantra, because this is mantra bhava. This is the time to collect punya so that the pap can be removed from life. This is the time to do pilgrimage. This is the time to learn a new language. This is the time to upgrade in your career by learning something. So be a student, because that's what planet wants you to do. 5th house is also a very positive house, and it can also mean that you will hear some good news with respect to your children. People who are trying to conceive and facing difficulty will see some good progress depending upon your chart, but Venus and Jupiter do promise some positivity. But if you are investing into speculative business, the investment is in market, it's risky, then it can be very dangerous for you, because remember, although Venus and Jupiter wants to give you something, they only shake hands on a spiritual domain, but on the earthly domain, they are enemies. One is a force that wants you to go into the sattvic side, one is the force that wants you to be in the material world. They cannot go hand in hand. To understand their amalgamation and their coexistence, you must put yourself at a higher pedestal of knowledge, so you must hit the Akashic record. This is where you create a library at your home, buy more books, try to study them. Don't look at the Kindle and the online learning. Buy books. Also, this is the time when you take care of your stomach, gut health, and also you should follow your intuition. Ketu is out of your of your Lagna. And this is the time when there will be a lot of comfort in your life, because it is going to bring in more and more comfort. First, for a week, try to relax, try to stabilize your mind, chant bhajan and be happy. And then the last 3 weeks, try to use for your upgradation, for your growth, because this is the time when you can actually improve your income. Libra Ascendant. Your Ascendant is ruled by Venus, and this Venus goes into the 6th house and it gets exalted. Now, this position is quite unique for you because Venus here is also causing a Vipreet Raj Yoga. How? Venus rules your 8th house also. Now, when Jupiter and Venus comes together in 6th house, this is called calling of the soul. This is about duty, realization of your responsibility. 6th house Venus and Jupiter also means that you will know more about your enemies than ever before. You will get to know who are your friends and who are your enemies, who are your well-wishers and who are not there for you when the time of need comes. Do not be disappointed with the changes and variations life will give you in this time, because this is actually a power-packed, positive and a very optimistic transit. But this also means that some part of you must be given up, some part of you must be left behind in order for you to carry yourself ahead, and this load dropping will happen when Venus will be in the 6th house. 6th house Venus will also give you happiness and comfort in your job. People who are looking and not getting job will find positive growth in this time frame. Just that don't trust anybody, because your enemies can be smarter than you this time. Chant Hanuman Chalisa every day and chant Narasimha Kavach. Also, you can chant Vishnu Sahasranam for greater benefits. This is also the time when you need to take care of your debts, loans, and then figure out how to repay them. Arrange your finances, and you will see that while you limit your expenses and take major financial reforms, you will also see a good and comfortable life in the near future. Aquarius Ascendant. Venus is quite an important planet for you. It's the lord of 4th and 9th house. Very important. Not only it controls your destiny and your dharma, the fulcrum of life, but it also controls your happiness. For Aquarius, Venus is the dharma that you must fulfill in order to be happy. Any damage on Venus for Aquarius Ascendant or Moon sign can be damaging to your full life. And when this Venus goes in the 2nd house, it becomes exalt. This resolves family tussles, family differences. This brings people closer. This also helps people understand you in a much better way. This also corrects the issues related to diet. You must correct your dental issues in this time frame if possible, and also take care of the facial fat. Try to fast on Thursday and try to donate food on Fridays. Overall, being a financial house, 2nd house is going to be responsible for the wealth generation and accumulation, and that is going to be the theme of this Venus transit. You will get more and more wealth, and you will also get to know some major reforms, especially associated with the investment that you are supposed to make. So financial management is going to be one of the key areas where you should put your focus on. Change your financial destiny by bringing and taking some major step, finding your talent and maybe changing your career. But definitely monetary gains are on the way. You may also get back the money that you have invested and it was stuck from a very long time. Just take care that when you are speaking, speak only positivity. Do not speak negativity. Don't abuse. Use only positive words and eat right. Eat what you like, but also take care of your weight, because this can influence thyroid and also weight gain. So these two areas you should be careful. Gemini Ascendant. For you, career is going to be the theme of this Venus transit. Career related environment will become much and more favorable. People will support you, and you will get mentors in your office that will help you resolve the issues You might also expect promotion, so if you have to talk to your supervisors regarding this, if you deserve, this is the time, because you will be able to put forward your point of view in a much better way. But wait, any chance of ego, any display of wealth can be retaliated by Jupiter and Sun, because that is what your Venus do not. This is not the role or job of Venus for your ascendant. Now, if you observe, for you, Venus rules your 5th house and 12th house. So definitely it means it will bring more and more expenses. It will increase the expenses associated with your career. Maybe you will have to relocate, and because of that you will have to spend some money. Maybe you are planning some certification. For that you will have to shell out a lot of money. So whatever you do, first see whatever you're doing, is it worth? Because your money that is going to be spent must be investment and not just expenses. Because if it is not going to return, then it is not worthy. Jupiter Venus in the 10th house is going to be a good time for businessmen and career oriented people, because this is going to give you more and more exposure, and your knowledge and your talent will be now met with equal response from the corporates, from the people around you. Especially if you are into creativity, if you are into media, if you are into influencing line, social media, journalism, advertisement, movies, this is going to be an exceptionally well time for you. Make the best use of it. Taurus Ascendant. Venus and Jupiter will be in your 11th house. Lagna Lord going in the 11th house is a very good time for financial gains, increment, profits in business, and definitely major reforms that will transform your social circle as well as your stature in society. But Rahu and Sun in the 12th house also indicates that the gains may come from the land where you are not present right now, foreign land. So this is the time to expand your horizon. This is the time to look beyond the obvious and see if you can grow or even outgrow what you have already achieved in life. Venus in the 11th house means Mahalakshmi, Yoga, and therefore chant Shri Suktam, chant Shri Yantra Mantra, bring Shri Yantra at your home, and on every Friday try to feed the poor. Your money should be put to good use, and if it is being put to good use and if you do that promise, definitely your growth is inevitable. It will happen. 11th house is also wish fulfillment, so this Venus is here to fulfill your wishes, your desire. But because Venus also rules your 6th house, it becomes 6th from itself, so it's also realization of your duties. So on one side it is fulfilling your wishes, on the other side it is trying to check, are you fulfilling your duties? Because if you are, then your productivity will increase. With little effort you will get more gains. Any blockages that you have been facing in life will see some sort of relief and movement. Virgo Ascendant and Virgo Moon sign. For you, Venus rules your 2nd and 9th house. So Venus is the planet that controls your wealth, finances, family, as well as your destiny. And when this goes in the 7th house, it means the surroundings and circumstances will be in your favor. Things that were not in your favor, that were not supportive, will now slowly become supportive, will now slowly turn, things will now become in your favor, and therefore people who are close to you, people who are your well-wishers, who are your supporters, who are your friends, you should not insult them. You should take their help. You should keep them close, and you should respect their opinion, in spite of it being different from what you think. Venus and Jupiter in the 7th house also means that marital issues will be resolved. New marriage is on the card, new relationship is on the card. So people who are looking for marriage and relationship will see some good growth. This is also the time when you can make your talent your business. Education sector, real estate sector, infrastructure sector, interior development, Vastu, all these things will see a very solid growth in this time frame. If you are a Virgo moon sign, then Venus and Jupiter will aspect your moon, your mind, and your mind will be very happy. Things will be very, very fruitful, and things will be favorable, and that will improve your confidence and overall personality. There will be support from family, there will be support from your spouse. So take care of each other, stand for each other. This is the time when the lost relationship can be mended and it can be made beautiful. Overall, this is a good time for business growth. This is a good time to find a business partner. This is a good time to take care of negative circumstances and also create reserve for the time that can be not so good. Like for example, take care of your next Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, which is negative, and try to secure that financially in this time frame. Capricorn Ascendant. Venus gets exalted in your third house. Third house, Venus and Jupiter means you will talk more, you will preach more. But because of the conflict in the Venus and Jupiter personalities, the speech, the words that you will use, on one hand, if done carefully, will be complete. You will address every single area, every single section, every single point, but otherwise it will become discrete. There will be no connection. So take care of what you speak, how you speak, the words that you use, the sentences that you frame, even in email. Third house also means to listen something. So try to listen and try to be more and more creative, because this is the house of action. Saturn is also out of your ascendant. So don't block your own self. Hesitation, procrastination, doubts are the things that will stop you from being creative, stop you from taking initiatives and decisions which you are supposed to take. Yes, understand the limitation, understand the restrictions, respect the restrictions, and take decision accordingly, but initiate something. This is the time to get up and act, not the time to sit and relax. This is not the time to be in the comfort zone, but this is the time to create a comfort zone for you. Make the best use of it. Aries Ascendant. Venus moves in your 12th house, and Venus will be from 27th April till 23rd of May in your 12th house. 12th house is the natural exalted zodiac of Venus, the mean Rashi. And now Venus finds Jupiter, the lord of Pisces, where it is exalted. So it's a very powerful and very positive combination for you. But this is going to impact your consciousness in a very different way. This will elevate desire. This will give you motivation. This will give you chance to explore the unknown and burn the negativity and build bridges. This is going to improve relationships and bring wisdom in your life. But on the other hand, this is also going to increase your expenses. So take care of that shopping list that you want to explore, because this can really create financial trouble if you do not keep a tab on your monthly spending. 2nd and 7th Lord Venus in the 12th house can be risky for patients who are affected by diabetes and kidney disorders. So be careful, control your diet. This is also the time that you have to bring major reforms in what food you are comfortable with. Maybe you will discover some allergy and you may have to give up on that particular type of food. Venus in the 12th house can also increase greed and comparison with other people. This can also increase your attention towards social media, and this can also create either a very superlative expression of personality, or if you have a bad Venus and you are a Aries ascendant or even Aries moon sign, especially Aries moon sign, then this can create a feeling of lower confidence, of inferiority complex. So be careful on that part. Venus, after all, is a guru, and when in 12th house, this talks about donation, this talks about surrender. So surrender to Ma Bhagavati, surrender to Ma Mahalakshmi, and help as many people as possible. This is the time when you give up and then you learn. Take care of the place where you sleep, take care of your bedroom, revamp your look and feel of bedroom, and try to have a comfortable sleep. Avoid dark colors and bring flowers in your home. All of this will bring positivity, and this is the time of positivity for you. Leo Ascendant. Now for you, Venus will move in the 8th house. So this means that your desire to find love will also increase. And also, you will try to find love in every relationship that you have in your life. And in case you do not find it, you will discover the truth about the relationship. But you must agree to what you receive and agree to what you see. You must accept it. Because if you try to bring change, then it can be disturbing. Because Ketu in the 3rd house can actually destroy relations. So if you are in a bad marriage or in a bad relationship, this can be negative. But this is very good for people who are influencers in public domain, who want to invest in somebody else's business, insurance, investments. All these things will see good boost while Venus is in Pisces. But remember, this Venus will be under Pap Kartiri between Saturn and Rahu. So you need to take care of your health also. Health can be a bigger problem here, and it can prohibit you from taking major decisions. After all, your Ascendant Lord Sun will be with Rahu till 14th of May. Now this can also create doubts, especially family feuds, especially with your in-laws. So be careful how you maintain your relationship with your wife, with your in-laws. And if you're already in a bad relationship, then you should practice maturity. Venus and Jupiter from the 8th house will aspect the 2nd house. This means your secret desires will flare up and you may spend money trying to fulfill those hidden dreams and desire and passion. This is the time when you will know more about yourself. So discover your passion, discover your talent, and try to encash on that. This is also the time where you invest in learning, because Venus for Leo Ascendant is a very, very important planet because it controls your 3rd and 10th house, both house of action. This will also bring change in career, and you may get a new mentor. And you must be ready to learn from the difficult surroundings, because this is the 8th house and it means investment, not returns. This is Venus who wants to invest in you. So try to invest in your own talent, in your own growth, in your own personality, and you will see a very positive side of you. Sagittarius Ascendant. For you, Venus moves in the 4th house. Venus rules your 6th and 11th house. Therefore, Venus is the ruler of half of the Upachaya house, 3, 6, 10 and 11. 2 houses being controlled by Venus are actually house of sustainability, house of income, house of loans. So if you want to resolve issues related to properties, real estate, assets, car, this is the right time when Venus becomes exalted in the 4th house. This is also the time to find a good home. You will see the home in which you will move, you will be more happier there. This is also the time when you should resolve any Vastu dosh in your home by bringing a Vastu expert, trying to resolve the Vastu elements in the home. And this is also the time to do some auspicious havan, some puja in your own home. Try to balance the tamasic energy in your life by bringing more sattva, but do not reject the rajas. That means it's okay to live a spiritual life, but do not reject material life, because when Venus is exalted, you should never reject material life. This is here to give you a material growth, and when it is in 4th house, it is going to give you growth that lasts for long term. It also aspects your career, so it will flourish your career in a very good way. So expect some good changes with respect to career, but it can create some issues related to finding your comfort area, comfort zone, because you might see comfort in, say, area A, but actually your comfort may lie in area B. So maybe a bit of POC, a bit of experimentation is needed to figure out where you are really comfortable. Definitely changes are inevitable for Sagittarius Ascendant. It's absolutely positive. There is one zodiac who is facing the most positive energy of this Venus transit. It's you.